So, Chris Lee, what are people asking on Twitter?
Jack Hewsons writes, with the new Jersey Boy films coming out, if successful, could you see them making a film adaptation of the musical Wicked?
Oh, I believe it's in the works. It's happening. Music. I don't know what Wicked has to do with Frankie Valli, but yes, as far as I know, there are already plans for making Wicked into a motion picture. Have you guys heard anything more on that?
No,
I haven't heard, but I think it'd be perfect.
That's perfect. I want to see it. I definitely would like to see it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, what's next?
I think they were referring to the Broadway play becoming a film
Yeah.
more than Ricky Valley. Ariel Noel says, will Age of Ultron be the Empire Strikes Back of the Avengers series?
You know what? I've not thought of it in those terms, but if they set this thing up where the Avengers suffer a heavy loss at the end, not ultimate defeat, but a heavy loss at the end, it very well could be. I think this is going to be something... They would have to go darker to be the Empire Strikes Back of the series, but we're going to see which way they go. If they, like I said, if they suffer a heavy loss, if Hawkeye, if Captain, if Tony, if one of these key major figures die and deal a heavy blow to the Avengers, that they then have to rally back from going into Avengers 3 and Phase 3 of the films, then I think it would be a fair comparison. But we just don't know that yet, so it's hard to say. Alicia,
Yeah,
what do you
what
think?
you just described, I think, makes sense because with Avengers and with superhero movies in general, for me, it's so important to have the stakes there.
Yeah.
Because they're superheroes, you think, oh, they're going to win at the end. But if there was a shock, a surprise, then that could be really interesting.
I would like to see that happen, and I would like to see it be The Empire Strikes Back. Normally, a second movie, if they're going into a trilogy of movies, it would set itself up to do that. However, if Joss Whedon does do that, he will become a hypocrite. Because in an interview that he did with Entertainment Weekly, he pretty much says he doesn't like Empire Strikes Back for ending it dark and saying that it just kind of leaves you hanging. So if he does that, it's just like, well, you just kind of took a page out even though you said you didn't like it. So that's, I would actually like it to be, but again, if Joss stays true to his words, it won't be.
All right, what's next?
Daenerys Williams says, since Guardians of the Galaxy is coming, could we see Iron Man joining the team in future films? Keep up the great work.
It's absolutely feasible. I mean, Iron Man does do a lot of stuff with Guardians of the Galaxy. I believe he's actually he's only a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy for a while in the comic books, if I'm not mistaken. So it's absolutely feasible and plausible if they don't kill off Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And I do not think they will. I've said this before. I believe they're going to do Avengers 3 with Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and then I believe they're going to recast him. I don't believe they're going to kill off the character, nor should they. I think they're going to recast him. So do I think that's what's actually going to happen? No. But it's totally feasible that it could. Anyway, Christian, what do you think?
It's contract stuff, too. It's a matter of what they can get him to do, because I know Favreau was making a pitch for, I guess, for him to do Iron Man 4, if he could do that. So you never know if he's going to show up in that, and Marvel would want to use him in Avengers 2, 3, and then if they could get him for Iron Man 4. So throwing him in just a piece in Guardians, I don't know. But I also think that there were rumors at one point that the end credit scene of Iron Man 3 was supposed to be him in Guardians. So it could be cool to see him. I mean, anytime you put the Avengers that we know and love into a new franchise that we don't know yet, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens post-Guardians, how they set it up, how those characters in particular, because they're such strange characters, will work with the rest of the Marvel Universe. So I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
All right, what's next?
Dave Reeves says, have you guys seen the trailer for Earth to Echo, and what did you think of it?
I'm intrigued. I'm not going to say I'm jumping up and down about it, whatever, but I also, when I heard about the premise of Earth to Echo, I'm like, but I saw the trailer, I was like, oh. So that's my reaction at this point. Anyway, have you guys had a chance to see it yet?
I haven't seen it.
I have, and it reminds me. It's like E.T. meets
Yes!
Short Circuit meets batteries not included, and
Bit
it's
of Super 8,
I'm
maybe?
so glad you mentioned batteries not included. Nobody mentions that movie anymore.
Well, yeah. So it's one people should watch for sure. It's got a hope for me that I Super 8 I didn't love.
I didn't like it.
And I like the first half of it, and I want to see. I like that almost like a Goonies element too, where you have these kind of. We haven't had a movie like that has really popped yet with a kid adventure.
Audience.
Yeah, and this type of heart that E.T. had. I'm hopeful.
Maybe we're too old.
Maybe.
I live with that every day. All right, let's take two more real quick.
Brian Healy says, who is a talented actor that comes to mind for you who you never understood why they didn't hit the heights they should have?
First guy that always comes to mind for me is David Morse. David Morse for me is just, where they're talking about The Rock and you're talking about a lot of these other films. He is a guy, and he got a TV show for a while where he was like a cab driver that went out and corrected injustices in the city. He's this big, menacing, huge guy, tremendous actor, just fantastic. The other guy that always comes to mind, why am I forgetting his name? He played Kyle Reese in the original Terminator. Michael Biehn. He was another guy that I always thought, from being a kid on, that this guy should be an A-list talent in Hollywood, and he's not. And I understand he had a few problems, but I really thought he should have been big too.
The guy that I'm going to say is that he is a guy that has hit superstardom, but has not had the career everyone thought he was going to have, and that's Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, for me, has been a guy, when he came out in Minority Report, everyone was saying, this is going to be a huge, the biggest movie star ever. And he's one of my favorite actors out there, but he continuously is in movies that don't do well. I still think he should have been nominated for an Oscar for Saving Mr. Banks.
I completely agree.
He was so good in that movie.
Completely agree.
I think his past choices hurt him there, honestly. And then I didn't mind him in the Total Recall remake. There's a lot, but those movies didn't pop. So I want to see him achieve the career that I think that he should have, because the guy is beyond talented.
And I thought he was, I don't care what you say. I don't care what any of y'all say. I thought he was great as Bullseye. I loved him as Bullseye. Okay, anyway, Alicia.
We're the only ones who like it, John.
Yes, that's right.
It's true. Well, I'm just thinking about people that I'd like to see have more success. And one guy is Aussie, of course I think of that, is Ben Mendelsohn. He's had small roles in things like Dark Knight Rises, but he is a brilliant actor, and he's got such a great career in Australia. I think he could really play on the big stage here in Hollywood, particularly with villains, because he's so good at playing bad guys.
He's great in Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah. All right, last question.
This one's a fun one. Captain Redbeard wants to know, if you were a superhero in a movie, what superhero power would you have?
Oh, we could make him up.
What? Honestly,
I'm such a nerd.
Everyone went silent.
No, because I'm such a nerd. I literally
So
thought
many
about this in
options.
my car yesterday by myself. No one even asked me this. It's like, who's reading my mind? I would like to just do time travel, but not necessarily have to change anything. Be able to watch stuff. I like to be able to go back and be able to watch anything that I want and just be able to do it that way. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I'm very vanilla in the sense that the two that usually come to me is either super strength, but the one that usually wins for me is flight.
Yeah.
And that's ironic because I am terrified of heights.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that would. I want power.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't have to go to therapy anymore.
Yeah.
You just solved my problem.
I'd like to be Mystique and just change my appearance.
yes.
That would be cool, so I could look like anyone.
And also,
sorry,
let me cut you off.
Teleportation.
Teleport, because you would put the airlines right out of business.
Traffic.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.